So most of the computer programmers in the earlier part of the 20th century were actually women. And women were actually sought after as perceived to have these qualities like persistence and patience and thoroughness that were required or thought to be required of computer programmers at the time. And so computing was thought of as a very feminine kind of pursuit. The person who wrote the first computer program is Ada Lovelace. So in her notes, she wrote this very apt quote: "The analytical engine weaves algebraic patterns just as the jacquard loom weaves flowers and lace." So she, in her mind, had already connected computers and looms. Jacquard looms are these very complicated looms, and they were run on punch cards. And when the first computers were designed, those designers looked to that technology and thought that punch cards would be an excellent way to input information into the first computers. A bajagi is a kind of Korean textile. It's pieced together out of scraps of material that are left over from other home projects, kind of like a quilt. And then women would make a whole bunch of these bajagis to give to their daughters before they got married. Their daughters, when they got married, would go move into their husbands' households, and often it would be very far away, and they would very rarely see their original families again. I imagine these women sewing these bajagis, thinking these warm thoughts about their daughters and putting their love into these objects to send with them. So I was inspired by these family home movie videos, and I chose a selection of them and put them together into this video bajagi that would be a memento for the Asian American community of the San Francisco Bay Area. My very early video work was using my own home movies, and I feel like that was a little bit of a search into my own identity. My work is not so much focused on a particular kind of identity, but an examination of what constitutes identity for everyone. For many years, I've worked in the technology industry. So this work with computers and weaving and women's labor and women's roles in both of those kinds of technology and the relationship between technology and craft is part of my identity too.